Today is going to be more of a chit-chat type of video, and it is one that I feel very strongly about, and it is negative emotional clutter. Hey you guys, it's Kristen and welcome to The Gold Project. If you are new here, welcome. We hope that you decide to become a part of our community by clicking that red subscribe button below. Also hit that bell notification so you are informed every time I post videos. I post videos at least 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on this channel, we have a mission to get organized on a budget and with a plan together. So I hope you decide to become a part of our community and our mission. So our mission is talking about organizing. And this is an organizing type video, a decluttering type video. And it is one, as I go through my decluttering journey, that I have realized. And it's one that I did not realize until recently. How many times have you been through a situation and to reward yourself, you purchase something? I know I have been that way. I call that negative emotional clutter. Clutter in your house or items in your house that you are emotionally connected with, but in a negative way. And I realized that every time I was looking at these items, it wasn't happy thoughts. It was negative. So I'm like, why am I keeping these things? Even if the item is really nice, I purchased it because I really wanted it at that time, but I've got this negative emotional connection with this item. So I started evaluating these things in my home, and I'm like, I'm getting rid of those. If it's something negative, and every time I look at it, I think negative thoughts or about a negative time in my life, I don't need that. So I've started to get rid of them. Now, I'm going to share with you the number one negative emotional clutter item that I had in my house. It's something that I really wanted, but every time I looked at it, I thought negative thoughts, and I decided to, even though it was something I loved, that it was time to let it go. And you will remember it may have been a year ago. It was in either the end of 2017 or the beginning of 2018. It may have been a year ago. I shared a what's in the Foxy Fix Urban Chic tote. I really wanted that bag. I got it on Black Friday at a really good deal, and I absolutely loved the bag. I'd seen so many people on Instagram with the bag. I didn't have a black bag. It was going to be perfect. But then I realized that every time I pulled that bag out to use it, I would put it back in my closet because it would bring up this negative time when I purchased it. So when I purchased it, it was kind of like a reward to myself, or that's what I told myself at the time, for the loss of my stepfather. And it wasn't really the loss of my stepfather, but we had dealt with some really major family drama around that time, and we're still dealing with this negative family drama. And I was like, to reward myself, you know what? I'm going to purchase this bag because I really wanted it. And, this is going to make me feel better. And it did make me feel better for that moment. But now, a year later, every time I look at it, I think of family drama around the death of my stepfather. So I said, I'm done with that. So I sold it. As beautiful as the bag was, and as much as I loved the bag, I let it go. And it made me sit there, and after I got rid of the bag, it was like a whole weight was lifted off of me. Now I don't have to look at the bag. I don't have to think of that negative time, and I can move on. But how many items do you have in your house that are like this? It could be from a family member you didn't like, or, a death where you got all of these items from the person that passed away, and maybe you have some emotional connection to that person, or maybe you have some negative emotional connection to these items, or they don't bring you joy. Don't let other people push their junk on you. That is also the negative emotional clutter. You guys, it happens all the time in families. And I will tell you that we've made family members pretty upset when we tell them we don't want things. Quit giving us stuff. Quit giving us stuff we don't need. Quit giving us some of the things in your house that you claim that you don't want anymore. And you say, oh, well, you will benefit from these things. When in actuality, those people just can't let things go and donate them or sell them so it makes them feel better to pass them on down to other people. That's negative. You didn't want those items, but you've been suckered into taking them. So now every time you look at these items, you're like, I cannot believe I had to take this mess. And then you think, now what am I going to do with this? It's junk in my house. I have no positive emotional connection with these items. Now I have a negative emotional connection to these items because somebody has pawned them off on me. Don't let people do that. And here's what we've started to do. If it causes any type of issues or argument because this person gets offended because you don't want what they are considering junk but don't want to tell you it's junk, so they kind of sugarcoat it to make it look like it's an awesome item for you to have, donate that mess. Donate it. You don't even have to tell them, because this is how I feel. Just because I received a gift from you doesn't mean I have to keep it. If it doesn't bring me joy, if it doesn't fit in my house, it's going. Because it doesn't bring any positive energy into my house. And it's creating more clutter, which brings more stress, which takes more time, there's no positive to that. So we have just decided that when we have some kind of argument that arises or somebody gets really upset because we don't want the stuff that they have, we just donate it. And we just don't even tell them. We just donate it because you know what? You passed it on to us. If you wanted to keep it yourself and hold on to this thing, then you should have kept it. You shouldn't have gave it to me. Because you knew that we didn't really want it, but you still felt like that you needed to give it to us. So don't feel bad, just donate it. And I think that happens a lot of time in families that, generations will pass down things to the younger generations, and they may have been positively emotionally attached to that. Some favorite aunt gave it to them, or they remember a vacation where they purchased this. But you guys, just because that person holds a positive memory about that item does not mean somebody else is going to value it that much either. You're not going to value it. I wasn't there for that vacation. I don't know that aunt. So why am I going to want that? So I've tried to make it a point to me to, my kids don't want my junk. They don't want my stuff. Just because I love Disney and I collect Disney pins and I got all the Mickey plushes, it does not mean Kate and Derek want those. Those are for me. It's okay if something happens to me and they decide that they want to sell them. I don't want them to keep stuff just because it was mine. So in a nutshell, I just want to do a video just because, I did not think of this in the beginning. And I've got a few things in my house right now that remind me of family members and situations that I don't want to remember. So we are actually trying to sell those items now to get new ones. So I don't think of that every time I look at something. I'm like, oh, that reminds me of so-and-so. Because it's what happens. Every time I look at like a piece of furniture, I think of somebody. Or every time I look at like a lamp, I think of a situation. So we're trying to sell some items that bring negative emotions to me because I don't want to deal with that anymore. And I don't feel bad. At first I felt really bad, like, oh, so-and-so gave this to me. They're going to be upset that I got rid of it. What am I going to do? I'm done feeling that way. If it brings negative to me and it's in my house, then I shouldn't feel obligated to keep it. I don't want to feel negative. I want to have positive energy. So I'm letting go of those things. And it makes decluttering a lot easier for me now that I have this in my mind that, okay, this is negative. I don't care if it's serving a purpose. I don't feel that it's positive energy. So it's going. And we're able to get rid of it. It makes it so much easier when you think of it in terms of negative and positive emotional baggage. So my point in doing this video was to help you guys and make you aware of negative emotional clutter. It's something that I never thought of until a couple of months ago when that Foxy Fix bag just kept haunting me. And y'all, I love the Foxy Fix. I love everything about that, but I had negatively purchased something to reward myself for a negative time. I shouldn't have done that. So now I'm more observant. I'm like, no, I'm not purchasing myself anything because I've dealt with something bad that I don't want to remember that. So I'm now aware of that, and I'm going to not make purchases off of negative energy. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. So you guys, in the comments below, I want you to share with me your thoughts on negative emotional clutter. Is that something that you have in your house? Is it something that you realized was a thing? Is it something that now you need to address? Because it was a light bulb moment for me, and I'm hoping that it's been, this video, a light bulb moment for you. If I can help you in any way declutter your house and get rid of some items, I hope this has helped. So you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this chit chat video. I hope you give it a big thumbs up, and I hope you hit that subscribe button below to become a part of our community if you are not already. Remember, on this channel, we have a mission to get organized on a budget and with a plan together, and I want you guys to be a part of this community and that mission. So you guys, I hope you give this video a big thumbs up by giving my videos a thumbs up. It shows YouTube you're engaged and you like my content, and they'll start suggesting it and recommending it to more people. So you guys, I hope you have a fantastic week, and until next time, bye you guys.